at the Sir Sivsagar Ramgulam International Airport was initiated in 2012. In 2013, a policy decision was taken to entrust the responsibility to Airports of Mauritius company AML to implement the project on behalf of the Department of Civil Aviation. However, it was only 4 years later, that is in December 2017, that an open international bidding exercise was carried out by AML to the Central Procurement Board. With regard to Part A of the question, at the closing date of the 6th of March 2018, 3 bids were received as follows. 1. Hivec Stéphane Lutti Stocks JV. 2. Tianli Construction Company Limited. And 3. JV Patco and Dem. On the 14th of May 2018, the contract was awarded to Patco and Dem, which was the lowest evaluated and substantially responsive bidder for the corrected sum of 621,058,680 rupees and 97 cents. That is inclusive of VAT and excluding discounts of 18,114,862 rupees and 99 cents. However, the COVID-19 pandemic confinement caused a stoppage of works as from the 19th to the 2nd of June 2020. Subsequently, Patco and Dem went into voluntary administration on the 7th of July 2020 and abandoned the work site. The initial contract was terminated on the 17th of December 2020. In June 2021, AML launched a selective bidding exercise for the conduct of an independent valuation for the completion of the remaining construction works. On the 26th of October 2021, Chateau and Partners Limited, the successful bidder for the evaluation, submitted that the remaining works would cost around 827 million rupees, exclusive of VAT. In other words, the original cost was around 621 million, Madam Speaker. Now they're saying 827 million. That is an increase of 206 million rupees. The board of AML approved on the 29th of December 2021 that a detailed bid be requested from Hivec Stéphane Lutti Stocks JV, which was the next lowest bidder. The invitation bid was issued on the 3rd of February 2022 and on a direct emergency procurement basis. The closing date initially set for the 14th of March 2022 for bid submission was extended twice up to 19th of April 2022, on which date the bid was received. To give effect to this decision, on the 19th of July 2022, the board of AML approved that AML would have recourse to emergency procurement for the completion of the project. It should be pointed out, Madam Speaker, that the estimate was updated to around 910 million rupees in July 22. In other words, an increase of 289 million now on the original of 621. The overall project, initially estimated at 790 million, was then revised to 1,296 million rupees, inclusive of VAT, and representing, Madam Speaker, an increase of 64% on the original price. That is an increase of 675 million rupees. In other words, more than twice of the original price that was decided. Following a consultation with the Procurement Policy Office and advice from the Attorney General's Office, AML was informed on the 5th of August 2022 by the External Communications Division of the Prime Minister's Office that with regard to emergency procurement, it would have to comply with Section 21 of the Public Procurement Act. Regulation 5C of the Public Procurement Regulations of 2008, as well as Directive 60 issued by the Procurement Policy Office. After apparently a thorough assessment and numerous clarifications sought from the bidder, the bid was considered to be non-responsive. The bidding exercise was cancelled in August 2022. To bypass the provisions of the existing legislations, surprisingly, Madam Speaker, on the 21st of December 2022, that is roughly 4 months afterwards, the Public Procurement Amendment of Schedule Number 4, Regulations 2022, were promulgated to exempt AML from the application of the Public Procurement Act. Subsequently, AML resorted to its own internal procurement procedures for the completion of the remaining works. Given that the construction has been kept in abeyance and that the existing infrastructure was deteriorating, on the 8th of December 2023, the then government agreed to Airport Holdings Limited, contracting in part a bank loan and in part using its own funds to finance the completion of the project. I'm also informed, Madam Speaker, that AML launched a bidding exercise for the pre-qualification of contractors on the 19th of February 2024. 2 applications were received, mainly from HIVEC Stefanuti Control Tower JV and JV of China State Construction Engineering Corporation Limited and Nandan Gopi and Company Limited. The offer of HIVEC Stefanuti Control Tower was retained for pre-qualification by AML's tender committee. The pre-qualified bidder was accordingly invited on the 20th of May 2024 to submit his bid by 26th of June 2024. The bid amounting to 1,325,506 rupees and 506,553 rupees and 42 cents, excluding VAT, was received from HIVEC Stefanuti Control Tower. In other words, another increase of about 704, a bit more than 704 million rupees on the original price quoted. That is, now it's more than twice the amount. As for Part B of the question, I'm informed that the overall completion of the project is around 35% as at 17th of December 2020. Since that date, no further works were effected. And today we are faced, unfortunately, with a decrepit infrastructure whose completion will entail additional public funds. Furthermore, I'm informed, Madam Speaker, that with regard to the evaluation of the offer of HIVEC Stefanuti Control Tower for the completion of the project, on the 17th of February of this year, of 2025, AML's tender committee recommended that its offer be deemed non-responsive as the bid price exceeds the cost estimated by over 45%. An amount of 322.2 million, excluding VAT, has already been disbursed by AML. With regard to Part C of the question, I'm informed that once the contract is awarded, the duration of the works would be around 90 months.
Yes. Yes. Honourable third member for Vieux-Grand-Port.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. TQ B129, please.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that on the 19th of December 2017, a contract was signed between the Mauritius Police Force and Mauritius Telecom for the sum of US $466 million, that is around 21 billion rupees, for the implementation of the Safe City project. On the 19th of August 2019, the system came into operation on an operating lease basis for a period of 20 years. The Safe City project comprises the following main components: 4,000 intelligent video surveillance cameras, 300 intelligent traffic surveillance cameras, 9 convergent command and control centers, an emergency response management system, and a radio communication system. Madam Speaker, with regard to Part A of the question, I'm informed that the following 5 companies have been subcontracted by Mauritius Telecom, which is the main contractor for the implementation of the project: Huawei Technologies Company Limited, Teleconvergence Infosystems Mauritius, Rod Auto Limited, Power Show Limited, and MEP Engineering Limited. As regards to Part B of the question, given the high cost of the project, and though the system was designed supposedly for public safety and security, it is obvious that the utilization of the system was well below expectations. Very often, the safe city cameras were used instead to track the movements of political opponents and to spy on Mauritian citizens. The House will also recall how in the process to elucidate certain atrocious crimes, safe city cameras in specific areas were conveniently found defective or non-operational. The case of Kisnani is a good example. I'm thus proposing that an independent assessment of the Safe City project be conducted in order to ensure first and foremost the safety and security of the Mauritians and prompt elucidation of crimes and not to spy on Mauritian citizens.
Yes. Yes, honourable member for Flack and Bonaca. Oh, you want, I'm sorry. You didn't catch my eye in time. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Hold it, monsieur.
May I ask
Vous
the
attendez.
May I ask the Honourable Prime Minister, with regard to those safe city cameras, are they equipped with the facial recognition technology software?
In fact, they are equipped with that technology, but it's not being used because it is in contravention with our data protection laws.
Of course. Yes. Honourable member for Flack, Bonaca.
Oui, Madame la Présidente, B130, s'il vous plaît.
Merci. B130.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Economic Development Board that since the introduction of the Smart City Scheme in 2015, 19 projects have been issued with the Smart City Scheme certificate, out of which 16 have started construction. I'm further informed that the total aggregate of land area for the 19 projects is 6,332 arpents. Based on the information submitted by the Mauritius Revenue Authority and the Registrar General's Department, the amount of exemptions granted in the scheme as at date in terms of income tax is 693 million. Exemption for value-added tax is 5.8 billion rupees. Customs duty exemption is 34.8 million, and land transfer tax is 82.6 million. That is a total of 6.61 billion rupees of exemption. Insofar as the Moselma fee is concerned, the Moselma Act is not applicable to the excision of the purpose for the purpose of transfer of land to a smart city project or to a Moselma under the Smart City Scheme. As such, no Moselma fee is collectible. But based on the information provided by the Economic Development Board, it is broadly estimated that the Moselma fee exempted would amount to some 373 million rupees for the 19 projects.
Yes.
Can the Honourable Prime Minister please inform the House, how does he have the figures for the land conversion tax, the amount of exemption obtained under the land conversion tax?
I'm not sure of the question, but the land transfer tax is, the amount is 82.6 million.
Yes. The honourable fourth member for Port Louis North and Mort Island.
QB131.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that on Tuesday, the 12th of November 2024, to Wednesday, the 12th of March 2025, 1,076 drug cases have been reported to the police. With regards to Part A of the question, 942 persons have been arrested in connection therewith. As regards Part B of the question, I'm further informed that 460 persons have been charged with for possession of dangerous drugs. 433 persons have been charged for the possession of dangerous drugs with an averment of drug dealing. 44 persons have been charged for possession of dangerous drugs with an averment of drug trafficking. And in the course of investigation of these drug cases, 4 persons have been charged for money laundering and 1 person for perverting the course of justice. Madam Speaker, as stated in the government program of 2025-2029, the fight against drug trafficking and use will be one of the major priorities of my government through the provision of additional resources to the police to increase its capacity to deal more efficiently with drug trafficking and related issues. In addition, a National Agency for Drug Control, that is the National Drug Policy Monitoring and Coordinating Agency, is being set up with a central hub bringing together various institutions to coordinate efforts in combating drug trafficking, providing rehabilitation services, and supporting families by substance abuse, who are affected by substance abuse. Madam Speaker, I've already informed the House in my reply to PQB3 during the sitting of Tuesday, the 4th of February of this year, that Mr. Sam Lutan will be the chairperson of the agency. In addition, Dr. Faisal Suleiman will be the Chief Executive Officer of the agency. He has wide experience working with governments and NGOs in the field of substance abuse, both locally and in the African region. In fact, he has worked extensively with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime until his retirement in 2022. A bill has already been drafted for the establishment of the agency, and consultations are being held with stakeholders. As soon as this is over, the bill will be introduced in the House.
Thank you. Yes?
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I'm interested with drug dealing and trafficking. These cases notoriously take a long time before being translated in a formal charge. The main reason being the forensic science laboratory taking such a long time dealing with so many cases. The second reason being the itemized bill, as we call them, call logs and SMS logs, also taking a long time. Will the Prime Minister see to it urgently that these two be revamped so that cases which now take on average 5 years to 6 years are dealt with swiftly?
Honourable Member is right. It's taking a long time, and the reason is the AFSL is not doing the work it should be doing. I had brought in a foreign expert from Scotland, if I remember, who was here to advise. And she told me, you will never get results the way the AFSL is operating. They send people to court instead of doing the work in the lab. When you need to send people to court, you have to send, but not go there day in, day out, wait for the case to be taken, it's postponed, come back to the lab. This is how it's been done. We are looking at this, I can assure the Honourable Member, to correct this.
Thank you. Yes?
Madam Speaker, second question. We have been promised a master plan on drug, including a select committee in the House. Now, I put the question to him. This had been promised, it has still not come today. Can the Prime Minister give us a time frame for coming up with the setting up of the select committee as well as with the master plan?
Prime Minister?
The law for the agency, which I just mentioned, is coming to Cabinet this Friday. It will be set up.
Very good. Next question, please. Honourable First Member for Lacavie and Phoenix.
Yes, B132, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, with regard to Part A of the question, I wish to inform the House that following the retirement of the Commissioner of Prisons on the 8th of December 2024, Mr. Raj Raghubir, the most senior Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, has been assigned the duties of Commissioner of Prisons as from the 9th of December 2024. With regard to Part A2 of the question, I'm informed by the Acting Commissioner of Prisons that as at 13th of March 2025, the official bed capacity of the prison system in Mauritius is 3,744. With regards to Part A3 of the question, I'm further informed that as at 13th of March 2025, the total population, prison population, is 2,722, out of which 1,424 detainees have been convicted and 1,298 detainees are on remand. With regard to Part B of the question, I'm informed by the Acting Commissioner of Prisons that there is no overpopulation as the prison in general, as the prison is currently occupied at 72.7% of its optimum capacity, out of which 52.31% of the prison population have been convicted and 47.69% are on remand. I said generally because, however, at the Petit Verger prison, which has a bed capacity of 308, it is presently accommodating 322 detainees. The surplus of 14 detainees are being transferred to Grand Rivière Northwest Prison and Richelieu Open Prison. The women prison, which has a capacity of 160, is presently accommodating 169 detainees, and most of them are on remand. The surplus of 9 detainees, again, are being directed to the open prison for women. I'm further informed by the Acting Commissioner of Prisons that there has been no incident directly related to overpopulation in the prisons. As regards staffing, a manpower assessment exercise has been carried out in July of 2022 by the Manager Human Resources of the then Prime Minister's Office. It has recommended, among others, the creation of some 150 additional posts in the grade of prisons officers, senior prison officers, and 15 additional posts in the grade of women prisons officers or senior women prisons officer. And it has recommended that it is done in a phase-wise manner over a period of 3 financial years. These additional staffs will be reinforcing the team responsible for the rehabilitation program. A committee was set up in September 2024 to look into the implementation of the recommendation of the manpower assessment exercise. We are currently reviewing the staff situation in the prison with a view to ensuring an optimal utilization of manpower resources. Madam Speaker, the prison services is laying focus on rehabilitation of prisoners through various programs so that they can successfully reintegrate into their communities without reoffending and become responsible and law-abiding citizens. Moreover, the prison service provides vocational training in different fields to empower the detainees to be employable following their release from prison. Some of the trainings being offered are carried out in collaboration with the Mauritius Institute of Training and Development. And I'm informed that a total of 402 detainees have followed such trainings during the year 2024. Furthermore, non-governmental organizations also provide counseling, psychosocial support, and life skills programs among the detainees.
Yes. The Honourable Second Member for Savane and Black River.
Madam Speaker, please, B133.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Development Bank of Mauritius that there are actually 2 buildings at Suyak Cemetery Road. One building has 2 floors with a gross covered area of around 2,880 square meters. The other building also has 2 floors with a gross covered area of around 1,858 square meters, and its construction is not fully completed. Both buildings are on leasehold state land. Regarding Part A of the question, the DBM has been managing the buildings since August of 2019. On the 16th of August 2019, the DBM purchased the buildings from Aqua Plus Limited, which went into receivership in January of 2017. Regarding Part B of the question, I'm informed that the DBM that the buildings are currently not operational. Since acquisition in August 2019 to date, total maintenance costs amounted to 848,200 rupees, and total payments amount to 24,787,580 rupees. The total payments comprise the purchase price, the rent for the state land, security services, utilities, insurance costs, maintenance costs, and other expenses. Madam Speaker, this is not yet another blatant example of wasting of public funds. I've given directives for an audit of all DBM buildings be done so that unutilized spaces could be made more profitable and rented to needy small entrepreneurs if they want.
Thank you. Yes. Honourable Second Member for Audrey.
Thank you. B134.
Madam Speaker, that question would be very, very long to answer. I'm proposing to table the information. Thank you.
Okay. Honourable Fourth Member for Port Rich North, Mr. Duval.
Yes, B135.
Madam Speaker, as it has been clearly spelled out under the heading Restoring Sound Macroeconomic Fundamentals in the government program of 2025-2029, government will broaden the mandate of the Public Accounts Committee and make it mandatory for it to look into annual audit reports with accounting officer in attendance. We will also ensure that the report of the Director of Audit is debated in the National Assembly and it is submitted to relevant institutions for investigation where appropriate. In view of your statement this morning, Madam Speaker, all this will be discussed in the appropriate standing committees.
Thank you. Yes?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, yes, I'm putting the question. Madam Speaker, it's 4 months have gone by, and you're talking about...
I can't hear.
Yes, 4 months have gone by. You're talking about increasing the mandate of the Public Accounts Committee. Budget is coming soon, but there is still no Public Accounts Committee. So can we know...
It's coming.
Yes, my question is, the previous regime had done it two weeks after the election. Why, in this case, is it taking so long?
There's no need to answer, Prime Minister. I mentioned this morning, Honourable Member, I mentioned this morning that the select committee on which you will be sitting will be meeting soon. So we will be starting committee work very soon. Don't worry. Okay, Honourable Third Member for Beaubassin Petite Rivière, Mr. Kina.
B136.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that at around 1:20 hours on Sunday, the 9th of March 2025, at Chemin-Grenier Police Station, Mr. J.F. and his father, Mr. J.F.2, requested for police assistance as the relative and friend were being assaulted at St. Felix Public Beach. Upon reaching St. Felix Public Beach at around 1:30 hours, police found Mr. A.F. and Mr. J.M.D.L. seriously injured. They were conveyed to Suivez Hospital, where they were both examined by government medical officer. The injured persons were subsequently conveyed to Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital for further treatment. Police could not record their statements immediately as they were injured and were receiving treatment. However, police recorded the statement of Mr. J.M.L.D. at 15:45 hours and that of Mr. A.F. at 15:50 hours on the same day. In his statement, Mr. J.M.D.L. affirmed that he, along with 3 persons, had proceeded to St. Felix Public Beach on Saturday, the 8th of March at 22:00 hours for a prayer session. On Sunday, the 9th of March, at around 1 o'clock during the prayer session, a group of persons assaulted them with offensive weapons. The persons claimed that Mr. J.M.D.L. and his congregation were dealing with witchcraft, and the persons took 2 gold chains and a sum of 400 rupees which belonged to him. I am further informed, Madam Speaker, that by the Commissioner of Police that on Monday, the 10th of March, one Mr. R.J. and one Mr. Z.I., both residing at Chemin-Grenier, voluntarily called at the Chemin-Grenier police station, accompanied by the lawyers, to surrender themselves in connection with the incident. While being interviewed by the police, they opted to keep their right of silence. The 2 persons were arrested on the same day. On Tuesday, the 11th of March, they were provisionally charged with larceny with violence before the District Court of Savan. The police objected to their release on bail, and they were remanded to police cell up to Monday, the 17th of March, that is yesterday, date on which the magistrate of the District Court postponed the hearing to Thursday, the 20th of March of 2025. On Saturday, the 15th of March, Mr. J.M.D.L. gave a further statement to the police, and he identified Mr. H.A.B. as being the person who assaulted him and stole his golden chains and the sum of 400 rupees. On Monday, the 17th of March, Mr. H.A.B. was provisionally charged for larceny with violence before the District Court of Savan in relation to the incident which occurred on the 9th of March at the public beach. The 3 persons were remanded to police cell up to Friday, the 21st of March, pending their hearing on bail on Thursday, the 20th of March. Inquiry is still going on in the case.
Yes.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Au vu du témoignage d'une des personnes agressées, un pasteur de surcroît, le Premier ministre peut-il dire à la Chambre s'il y a eu une possible complicité entre les agresseurs et certains policiers ce matin-là? Car, il faut bien le dire, à leur arrivée sur le lieu de l'agression, les policiers étaient, semble-t-il, très amicaux avec les agresseurs. Et deuxièmement, il y avait réticence à enregistrer la déposition du pasteur dans son intégralité.
Well, I'm not aware of this. The police inquiry is ongoing. I'm sure we'll find out about this.
Of course, yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Is the Honourable Prime Minister aware that the thugs, vagabonds proches de l'Ancien Régime, close to a former senior minister to the MSM, was involved in that assault?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything of what you're saying. Are you on this question?
Yeah.
Same public beach?
I am, yes.
Yes.
Thank
Speak
you.
out.
Okay. Is the Honourable Prime Minister aware that thugs, vagabonds proches de l'Ancien Régime, to a former senior minister close to the MSM, was involved in that assault? Will the Honourable Prime Minister agree with me that we need stiffer penalties for those who plays with our social and religious facts? Thank you.
Yes, I tend to agree that we have to have tough penalties. I'm aware of it, but I don't want to go into a public inquiry, police inquiry, which is going on.
Exactly, yes. Last question.
Oui,
I'm
merci,
sorry,
Madame la
time is
Présidente.
almost up.
Donc, ce n'est pas la première fois que des personnes se font agresser à cause de leurs croyances religieuses. Le Premier ministre compte-t-il prendre des actions pour s'assurer que tous les Mauriciens soient libres de pratiquer leur religion? Et si oui, quelles sont ces actions?
Yes, certainly, we have already said that many times. Nous serons intransigeants avec ceux qui veulent déstabiliser notre pays. We are going to look at all the laws that are here. We're going probably to stiffen them.
Thank you. Time is up. I'm sorry, honourable members. I have to inform you that the table has been advised that the following PQs have been withdrawn: B143, B139, B140 and B141. Now we move to questions. Questions to ministers. I call on Honourable First Member for Rodrigue Biscolet.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question B144, please.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed that the Confédération africaine de volleyball Zone 7 entrusted the Mauritius Volleyball Federation with the responsibility to host the 29th edition of the Volleyball Club Championship for the Zone 7 region, which was held from 1st to 8th March 2025. The competition sites were Pandit Sahadev Gymnasium at Vakwa, le Quorum Gymnasium Plaisance Rosil, and the University of Mauritius Gymnasium. It is a yearly regional competition of teams from the Zone 7 region. The members of Zone 7 are Réunion, Madagascar, Seychelles, Mayotte, Comoros, and Mauritius. Regarding Part B, Part A of the question, I wish to inform the House that 29 teams, that is 14 men's teams and 15 women's teams, participated in this competition. The breakdown of participation by country is as follows: Réunion, 4 men's team, 4 women's team; Madagascar, 1 men's team, 2 women's team; Seychelles, 1 men's team, 2 women's team; Mayotte, 3 men's teams and 1 women's team; Mauritius, including Rodrigues, 5 men's team plus 6 women's team. The championship is a pool of league tournament where the 2 best teams of each group goes to quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. country members may send 2 to 4 teams and club champions of respective countries participate at the competition. Réunion won the tournament, and it is an honor for a team from Rodrigue to have reached the semi-final. Madam Speaker, with regard to part B of the question, the competition has been beneficial to all participating teams as it has largely contributed to sportsmen to have access to international exposure. Furthermore, the influx of foreigners have enabled to showcase Mauritius as a sporting destination. In addition, the competition attracted large number of spectators in our gymnasium. The event also created a keen interest in the public, as witnessed by the enthusiasm shown by youth and trainees from local volleyball academies who were given the opportunity to serve as volunteers during the competition.
Yes. I have one supplementary question. I thank the Honourable Minister for his answers. Madam Speaker, will the Honourable Minister indicate whether his ministry would be willing to consider Rodrigue as participant in the African Volleyball Club Championships?
Madam Speaker, the 2025 African Men's Volleyball Championship will take place in Libya from 17 to 30th April 2025, while that of women will take place in Nigeria. Any request from financial assistance from the Rodrigue Orange Club Sporting d'Amitié will have to be examined by the ministry. Besides, funds are provided by the central government to the Rodrigue Regional Assembly for various sectors, as listed in the 4th schedule of the Rodrigue Regional Assembly Act. The 4th schedule lists youth and sports as one of the areas of responsibility to be exercised by the Rodrigue Regional Assembly.
Yes, Mr. Kira.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. L'honorable ministre peut-il dire à la Chambre quelle a été la contribution de son ministère en ce qui concerne l'organisation de cette compétition?
Minister?
My ministry have provided different facilities as regards to transport and other different facilities from the ministry as what the Federation has asked the ministry, and we have provided the facilities.
Thank you. Yes. Honorable Second Member for Belle-Rose-Catobon.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. B 145.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I have been informed by the Municipal Council of Catobon that the La Source football playground was originally equipped with sports facilities, including a football playground, a gradin, and a cloakrooms. According to the Municipal Council, FIFA recommends that a standard football field should be 105 meters long and 68 meters wide. However, in December 2022, the National Development Unit, that is the NDU, under the previous government, began upgrading works on the playground. These works mainly involve improving the football pitch and creating a jogging track. As part of this project, the NDU and its contractor installed concrete curbs around the playing area, reducing the field's length to only 61 meters. As a result, the football grounds is no longer in compliance with FIFA standards. Another major concern is the safety of the players. In February 2023, the Municipal Council received a petition from football players, coaches, and École de Foot, highlighting the risk posed by the concrete curbs. The Council then informed the NDU about this safety issue. Despite this request, the NDU continued with the installation of the concrete curbs, placing them only 2.8 meters behind the goal post and all around the field and the jogging track. Madam Speaker, on 8 August 2024, a meeting was held under the chairmanship of the Mayor of Catabon with representatives from the NDU. During this meeting, the Council once again requested the removal of the curbs and the installation of a proper water drainage system around the football field. However, no action has been taken so far. This situation clearly demonstrates how the previous government has failed in the planning and executing projects. Their poor designs have not only resulted in football fields that do not meet regulations, but also put our players at risk. To address these issues, my ministry sent 2 official letters to the NDU on 30 December 2024 and on 16 January 2025, requesting urgent remedial works. My ministry is closely monitoring the situation in coordinating with the Ministry of National Infrastructure. Madam Speaker, I have also been informed that the cloakroom and the toilets at Lasso's football playground were not obligated by the NDU and are currently unusable due to the needs of major repairs. To resolve this, the Municipal Council of Catabon has put forward proposals to carry out the necessary works using its in-house labor. Additionally, at its Public Infrastructure Committee meeting on 14 February 2025, the Council decided to remove all concrete curbs and restore the playground exclusively for football. Furthermore, the Municipal Council of Catabon requested the NDU to officially hand over the project site to allow works to begin as soon as possible. The handover of Lasso's football ground was completed on Friday, 14, 2025, and also I wish to inform the honourable member that these works started today itself and are expected to be completed by the end of this month. And the cost of 500,000 rupees for the repairs will be covered under the Small Community Projects Fund. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, one supplementary.
Yes. Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Dans sa réponse, le ministre évoque une allocation de 500 000 roupies afin de corriger ce projet bidon, bancal et dangereux de l'Ancien Régime. Au nom des habitants de la Source, je le remercie. Le ministre peut-il confirmer à la Chambre si la compagnie KJMC Contractor Limited, qui entretient des relations, des liens très étroits avec l'ancienne PPS, Diol, est bien responsable de la construction de cette structure en béton sur ce terrain de foot au coût de plus de 1 million. Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente.
Madam Speaker,
You just have to confirm.
the contract of the project was allocated by the NDU. So I will advise the honourable member if he could direct this question to NDU for a comprehensive response, because the contract was allocated by the NDU.
Okay. Honourable members, Chief Whip, I'm trying to talk. Honourable members, the table has been advised that PQB 192 will be replied by Honourable Minister of National Infrastructure, and then PQ 148 and 189 have been withdrawn. Okay, next question, and then we'll end. Honourable First Member for Savannah and Black River.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. B146.
Madam Speaker, the Fricanflac B34 road starts at Cascavel and ends at Wolmar. Presently, the Fricanflac village is accessible through this single road, limiting entry and exit options. I am informed that the Road Development Authority is presently undertaking the construction of a new road extending from La Vigie to Fricanflac near Xavier. I wish to inform the House that upon assuming office, I queried as to why the road does not connect till Fricanflac village. I'm pleased to announce that due to savings on the existing project as a result of an optimization in the design of an initial 72 meters long bridge over River Rampart near Bossons into a hydraulic tunnel of 10.5 meters by 8 meters culvert. The project will now extend till the Flic-en-Flac coastal road near the cemetery. This new link is scheduled to be completed by September 2025. As a continuation of this project and with a view to providing a connection to the Flic-en-Flac coastal road, I carried out a site visit on 5th February 2025 with elected members of the constituency and officers of the RDA to explore possible options to connect the village of Woolmar to Tamarin. During the site visit, it was noted that a private road of a stretch of 1.3 kilometers already exists and serves the Tamarina Golf project. I was astonished to see that no proper survey was carried out so far to open that road, but I came to know that the road is aside a famous hotel, which we all know belongs to whom. Madam Speaker, the RDA has accordingly been tasked to work on a technical proposal to extend the existing private road to connect the Flic-en-Flac B34 road to the Black River A3 road over a total length of 2.6 kilometers. Currently, the RDA is assessing the extent of land required for the proposed link road from Woolmar to Tamarin. Once this assessment is completed, further discussions will be held with Medin Limited regarding the modalities and cost implication associated with land acquisition and the project.
Yes. Honourable Second Member for Continuité and Moka.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question B147, please.
Madam Speaker, with your permission, I'm tabling the information as provided by the Mauritius Multi-Sport Infrastructure Limited. I wish to inform the House that for the period July 2024 to February 2025, on average, some 14,000 people have been making use of the sport complex for sport activities on a monthly basis, among which 3,100 were sports professionals and 11,000 were non-sport professionals. As regard to the second part of the question, the prices for the community activities and booking of facilities have been kept below market rates at the Côte d'Or Sport Complex to allow an even greater number of people to benefit from this facility. Furthermore, I have given instruction to the newly constituted Board of Directors to work on a turnaround plan, including devising ways and means to make the site more accessible to the public for the practice of sports and physical activities. The introduction of new sport discipline is also being envisaged.
Yes.
Can we actually have the ministry require or request the erection of a bus stop for local people to access the complex, please?
Yes.
Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Land and Sport was consulted, and the latter has informed that following a request from the Senior Administrator of Côte d'Or National Sport Complex, a shuttle bus service started on 15 January 2024 from Saint-Pierre Bus Station to Côte d'Or National Sport Complex via Helvetia by United Bus Service Company Limited to facilitate the convenience of staff of the complex, approximately 125, and other sport complex users. 3 trips were performed in the morning, 1 during the day, and 2 in the afternoon. Due to low ridership, UBS Company Limited ceased the service in April 2024. Prior to the discontinuance of the service, a few surveys have been carried out by the Inspectorate, which reveal a marginal flow of passengers along that corridor. Nevertheless, I will liaise with my colleague, the Minister of Land Transport, to look into the matter.
Yes, Mr. Kira.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. L'honorable ministre est-il informé que certains OCAD, dans un passé récent, je veux dire juste avant les dernières élections générales, ont utilisé ce complexe à des fins personnelles, pour des anniversaires ou autres fêtes familiales, free of charge? Et peut-on savoir quelles sont les mesures qu'a prises le nouveau conseil d'administration pour mettre fin à ces pratiques?
Yes, Minister.
The honourable member is right, and actually we are conducting an inquiry about this situation.
Yes. Okay. I think we can, at this stage, I suspend the sitting for 1.5 hours.